Bumble Bumble, let's make some comedy jokes in preparation to Rumble. I was gonna rhyme it back to Bumble, but I thought slightly better of it. Why? Because we want to take chances. We don't want to say the cliche things. Are we bringing my starfish into the equation? Definitively, yes. Because when we starfish, we save one starfish after getting washed up on shore. Whereas this is a incendiary device to kill mosquitoes. When the red light's on, it's time to electrocute a mosquito while working on our backhand, our forehand. Are we ambidextrous? Are we amphibious with being able to hip and shoulder separate the delta? Uh, uh. Because sure, we could be dropping jokes, but what we are definitely going to be doing with my new sign of mountains and a moon is turning our brain on while turning on my mosquito killer. Let's begin to win at stand up comedy. Is there is there a 2 drink minimum? No. You can drink 5 drinks or 0 drinks. You just gotta walk over to your refrigerator. Me, I use a copper kettle. Why? Because my yoga studio has one. When you drink water out of a copper kettle, it feels like I'm connecting with water that's been electrolyzed in a positive way where now my cowboy hat combines with the copper kettle water. Oh, Mizi, thank you for the compliments on my cowboy hat. OG SoFly, true. Wow. Are you guys friends? We three should form a friendship. Is that a 3-person friendship? Now with Javier? Yeah. Are we making up words inside of English? You bet. Why? Because if you truly command the English language the way that this Chinese cowboy does, you would make up words like through a friendship, or with Javier now jumping in, uh, a four a faux friendship, which is a four-way friendship. Unknown. Any tips on how to quit smoking and drinking? This is how we're going to be working in the comments into comedy, which is if you really wanted to quit crack and smoking crack, you would come up with ways that you would mitigate your crack smoking in the same way that some people want to mitigate and minimize and eliminate 3 ways. But a faux friendship is awesome because it's sounds like you have a speech impediment, but now there's an inside language to it. N word, which is Neanderthal, because calling someone a Neanderthal with a hard L, that's fighting words. Why is hard L versus Neanderthal? That's where we use the N word with a hard L. Neanderthal. Because when you go hard L, that's L for Larry the Liverbush. It's also hard L for LOL with two hard L's at the beginning of LOL and hard L. When you say hard L, that almost sounds like a brand new thing, whereas hard R is like, oh, bumbler, mixer, and VC capitaler. Like, hard R, it kind of doesn't work. But hard L sounds like hard L. And now we can be Chinesey with how we iterate our self on self ethnic slurs, which is specifically this. Yes, root goldfish memory is perfectly on cue because when we do interracial racism, which is hard L, you have goldfish memory. LOL, hard L. And then the L would be, is that the hard L on laugh or is it the hard L on loud? Either way, it sounds like hard L. When we have goldfish for memory, we're doing the opposite of moonwalking with Einstein. Who's that? It's a dude named Josh who walked into a memory competition to do a book report on a memory competition. Remember, you said goldfish memory, root of idea. I'm going to roll with hard R, Timbler, Tinder, hard R. Because Tinda is a brand new dating site. Focus. So, moonwalking with Einstein is being able to memorize your set of jokes. But this guy, Josh, he went to a memory competition and was like, these people are crazy. He ended up winning the memory competition in America within 2 years of him literally joining the circus. What's the part of being a Chinese cowboy? It is this. It's being able to straddle. What are we straddling? We aren't straddling females on a Wednesday because tomorrow's a school day. The best part is straddling Caucasian world with Chinese world. It's straddling hanging out with my black friends to the Asian world. I'm not going to tell you that I'm friends with Kobe, rest in peace. I'm going to tell you that he was super, super Asian, and that's why he went to Taiwan and China kind of a lot. So what's the best part of being a Chinese cowboy is I'm an American-born Chinese cowboy. And so you're able to be super cowboy-y and also super Chinesey. What does it mean to be Chinesey? It's to have the opposite of a goldfish memory, which is why I'm seeing that none of my subscribers have decided to visit today. But no pressure, okay? No pressure. That's fine. But now we can hang out as new people who are in a 8-way party. Well, typically with me, it's a 9-way, but that's what makes being a Chinese cowboy funny is there's 8 people plus me, and that makes it a 9-way. 9-way is a brand new word, just like faux friendship or nano frienda, hard A. The game that we're playing, if you're just joining, is you comment something that is funny, and you don't have to comment anything that's funny. You comment something, and I make it funny. Whereas OG Sofly says, oh my gosh, that's very eye opening. So, when you say eye opening, I'm at the Super Bowl. And this girl goes, oh my gosh, you have really pretty eyes. And I was like, thank you, question mark, because, me with compliments. So then I say, your eyes could be really pretty too if we just make them kind of chinky. And she was like, what did you just say? Because she was actually 1/4 Asian. Dare I say, Quasian? Did I just make up that word? Yeah, because that's the comedy set that we're in, and this will be renamed Quasian. So she's like trying to tell me that she's Asian and telling me that I shouldn't use ethnic slurs. So then I didn't apologize. I quadrupled down. Quasian, quadrupling down. So then I made her eye kind of Chinesey to make it chinky, and then I took a picture of it. My guy friends thought I was hilarious, and they said that I should try to do it 15 more times. So I didn't give anyone pink eye because every time I touched a girl's eye, I always clean my fingers. No, I didn't do that. I used hand sanitizer. And this is pre-COVID. Yeah. Eye-opening. What should I draw? You should draw a cowboy hat because we can draw two things to practice drawing all of us together. Yes, this is comedy, but it's also 100% true, which is we should draw a snowball dog that is also Snuffles. Is this episode 2, season 1 of Rick and Morty? Yes. Drawing dramatically helps. This is me drawing Snowball, who is also known as Snuffles. He's from episode 2, season 1 of Rick and Morty. I'm drinking ginger ale right now for some reason. I love ginger ale. Ginger ale. When you have red hair, people call you a ginger. Ginger is your calling card. It is your color. It is your identity. Because it's the red-headed stepchild of your family. Where as soon as you say ginger, it immediately elicits oh, I'm ginger, and we don't have to be dark chocolate if we're Chinese with a tan. So when we are ginger based, we don't penalize a ginger puppy. So I don't think we should be penalizing humans for having red hair. The funny component to this is my first ginger friend named Fred. And he kept on saying, ginger, ginger, ginger. I'm a ginger, I'm a ginger, I'm a ginger. And I thought he was saying that he was gay because his girl name was Ginger. And I just never said anything. And then he dates my friend Susie Corain. And I'm like, what? That's cool. I guess you can pray the gay away. So I've never really thought about ginger except the first time that I really was confused that ginger was a philosophy, ginger was a color, ginger I thought was an alter ego name. So color me wrong for the first time ever. I love ginger ale. Yucky. How dare you. Ginger ale is actually good because if you juice ginger, It's the only Chinese food that is both heat inducing and cold inducing. So it's both hot and cold simultaneously, kind of like strawberry blondes that can come at you with a compliment. The girl who told me I had pretty eyes, she was a brunette. They have to play it a little bit more straightforward. Blondes can act the way that blondes do. Gingers come at you with kind of 3/4 negative, 1/4 positive. Or at best, half positive. Let me give you an example. You're kind of cute for a Chinese guy. What are you, Asian? What kind of Asian are you? You're Korean, aren't you? That's not a compliment. That's not a compliment. I'll take it as a cold opener, but that's halvesy negative. The kids call it negging with a hard G. Negging. 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 Which is going at somebody, being negative. Since we're talking about woodchucks throwing, let's tie that into how much MPH do you think I can throw from a baseball mound with my cowboy hat on? Do you think that the arm slot keeps me from throwing as hard if I'm wearing a cowboy hat? Jumping ability? It's difficult to tell because some fat people jump really high. Like the round mound of rebound. Charles Barkley, he's a chonkers, yet he's able to jump so high. And I think it has to do with leverage and physics. So woodchucks throwing hard with Chuck Barkley being able to jump out of a gym, which is definitively super surprising. My family is 5 miles away. I live 5 miles away from my family. This is a game. Oh, yeah. This is the way that the game gets even better because now you're going to comment and I'm going to tell you what you smell like. So if you want your smell test to be tested, comment 1 period and I will tell you what you smell like. Oh, yeah. This game just got super fun. Or if you want to play... Oh, we'll wait. We'll do the smell game first. So comment just 1 dot, and then I'll tell you what you smell like. You smell like the last time you washed your bed sheets was 9 days ago. That would make that May 28. But other than that, you smell fine. Yeah. Also, wash your pillow. Jin, this is what you smell like. You smell like a nondescript Asian person. Like, you just smell like I can't smell you. Like, if you got lost in the forest, I don't think a bloodhound would really be able to find you because yeah, I mean, you just don't have very much of a smell. Smell yourself. What do you smell like? True story. Initiation week for my fraternity. I didn't shower for a week. Nobody could tell. My fraternity accused me of showering. I'm like, why? Like, I would naturally not shower for a week. Like, that wasn't some ritualistic form of torture not letting me shower. Oh, here's a question. Nah, let's keep it PG-13. Was I right about the bed sheet? Because you're watching from bed, and I can smell your bed sheets from bed. Larry, Is it okay that I don't shower for weeks upon weeks? Yeah, you're probably going to get pink eye. In fact, you've gotten pink eye twice already this this past 2 years. When was the last time, Jin, that you got pink eye? Be honest. When was the last time you got pink eye? No, twice, right? Tell us all the last time that you got pink eye. Shut up. Really? It's scary, right? How spot on this is. How many weeks can you go with showering before you getting pink eye? No, no, no. You kind of want to. Yeah. This live stream just got funny and gross. Do you know what pink eye is? Pink eye is getting shit in your eye, like E. coli. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get medical advice from Larry Chang. If you haven't subscribed, Wednesdays and Mondays, I drop new episodes. You know those Clubhouse chats or Twitter X spaces where people say, this is not financial advice? Well, I'm Larry Chang, and this is medical advice. You don't want to get shit in your eye, aka E. coli, because it's okay to not shower daily, but keeping your eyeballs clean. Jin, I've got another question for you. Do you get dry eye when your eye doesn't have pink eye? So what's happening is that your eye's not flushing enough because your meibomian glands are clogged. And when they're clogged and there's a little bit of E. coli, your eyeball can't flush. Your brain also can't flush. Marina, I haven't forgotten about you. I will say hi to you in a second after I handle Jin's E. coli shit in his eye, which is this. You want to do warm compress with a clean washcloth, really, really hot water. There you go. People all have dry eye. There's a Larry Chang YouTube video called Larry Chang Dry Eye Meibomian. This is what we're going to do because this is stand-up comedy. And this is also what happens during my stand-up comedy sets is people literally start asking me educational questions. And then people are like, boring. And I'm like, let's be 100% truthful while being slightly funny. Let's go. Which is this. When you're sleeping at a girl's house, her pillow and her sheets have traces of E. coli everywhere. Why? Because unless she's wearing granny underwear and thong and PJ bottoms and shorts, she's going to be farting E. coli particulate up into the bed sheets, hitting her pillowcase. If this is gross to you, then realize this is why Larry Chang travels with his own pillow. Now, when I show up at the bar with a contact lens case, 5 condoms, and a pillow, you might be thinking, oh, this guy's confident. I'm not confident. I'm just prepared because one pink eye is dropping my batting average, not at the bar, but at baseball. When was the last time I got pink eye? 2000, never. Why? Because eye care is something I care about. Sorry that was dad humor, but there's no other way to talk about shit in your eye, and getting pink eye twice within the last year, that's too much pink eye. The last time I even got a waft of pink eye was I was staying in a hotel and I used a washcloth that the hotel provided. It wasn't quite pink eye, but I realized that my eye was beginning to swell up a little bit. So what I did was I took a super hot shower and then I did cardio to the point where I was sweating out my eyeballs. Are you doing enough cardio? Dry eye, meibomian gland. Your eyes need oil. Your eyes don't get moisture. That's what she said. When you do eye drops, just like Vagisil doesn't make your vagina more lubricated, it makes it more reliant on lube. Similar to chapstick, it does the opposite of what it's supposed to do. Also, premature use of saliva. No bueno. OG Fly says, unclog those glands. That's what she said. My mom told me I just haven't gotten around to doing it in my routine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So let's go over nighttime routines and ways to hack sleeping. 1. Park your mother scratching phone not right next to my pillow. Okay? Park your iPhone to be charged downstairs in the kitchen or at least in another room. People who charge their phone right by their bed need to realize that they're a quarter step above the smoke alarm people whose batteries chirp all night. That's not racist. Hard P in chirp. Larry, if Pat God was calling you, what would you do? I would probably answer the phone and say, I don't want to go pro for however many millions of dollars because the Packers getting hit? No, thank you. Plus, did you know that pro athletes now shower with their shorts on? And if they go in the hot tub, they go in the hot tub with clothes on. What the silliness is going on? Jin's wearing a thong right now. See? That's why you get the pink eye. That's why you get the pink eye, Jin. That's why you get the pink eye. Love the dad humor. This is something that I don't understand, but will I thought I saw a mosquito. Something that I used to not understand, but now I do understand. Uh-oh. This message is held for review. 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 The anticipation, it's always that. I love the daddy jokes. What happens after dad jokes? If you're not 6'3" in Chinese, after dad jokes, it's lady boner disappear. When you're hanging out and you accidentally let slip a daddy joke, then people start throwing vagina. What do we do with thrown vagina? We realize that it's two different things. Pussy magnet and vagina whisperer are two massively different things. Pussy magnet is where you're a magnet. Vagina whisperer isn't what you think it is. where you think it's talking towards vajayjay. It's actually understanding how our vaginas wire to our brain in a way that is different from how my penis connects to my brain. And the reason this is PG 13 is realizing that the seventh chakra connecting to the first chakra is different between the two examples that I brought up. What's chakra 7? It's connecting and disconnecting from chakra 1. In this Chinese cowboy's mental headspace, chakra 1 connects to chakra 7 because we are now showing the messages that are prior held for review. Why? Because we have to work with touching our own chakras via a sleep protocol shutdown mechanism, touching your brain's waves by, quote unquote, I touch myself with beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Remember, kids, these jokes are hilarious. In this video, 25% of the time. But they're also 100% true. Sometimes they're hilarious every time, 90% of the time. I'll try to do better on the back half of this video, which is beta, alpha, theta, delta brainwaves. Have you ever slept where you felt like you were asleep for 2 years and you woke up just so refreshed? Your mouth wasn't open, you breathed through your nose, and you just woke up like you had to check, hey, is this morning Thursday? That's what we're hoping for with heart-brain coherence. Remember, before it was below the belt up to our brain coherence. Now we're moving up to chakra 3, chakra 4, connecting our heart to our brain. Because chirp chirp, we want to be relatable. We want to connect with healing our pink eye that we never experience. I don't understand. Marina, thank you. This is why I watch you. The random humor, it's so relatable. I will pin your message. I don't understand. Larry, if Pat God was calling you, what would you do? I don't understand that. Pat God is my husband, by the way. Oh my God. So much going on. So our bodies are connected to everything. And this is hilarious on 3 levels. Okay, if we're honest, it's funny on 7 levels. This is why. 1, because there's a difference between 3 and 7. Just like, hey, in the time that we were broken up with, Larry, how many girls have you been with? 7 is way different from 3, which is our bodies are connected to everything. Funny point number 2, the accounting principles of what is truly our number increasing. The accounting principles, they are sometimes tricky. I argue anything past second base is number goes up. Is this a joke stolen from Bitcoin where our bang number NGU, which is Bitcoin, it has NGU technology, number goes up technology. Ditto, hey, we're on a break. Do we have NGU technology, number going up. Our body's connecting to everything. Joke number 3 and 4, which is the way that we have residual energy from our past connections is much more so within women as men. Many Lives, Many Masters is a book on past lives and navigating the residual energy. I'm not a big believer in that, but I think that it's a theorem that has some validity to it, which is all the dark arts. What is unique and humorous in our bodies are connected to everything is the fact that goldfish like memory is possible, where I've reintroduced myself to a person that I used to date. You change your hair color, you lose 10 pounds or gain 30, you look like a different person. I'm going to reintroduce myself because, you're hot. Memory of a goldfish, whereas the opposite, not quite as true. Pack God says, love you. Cool. Love in a mano y mano. Awesome. If I slept for 2 years, I would feel like a kid. So, this is what it's like to sleep like a naughty child who is on, and then sleeping, you fall asleep like a naughty child. Why? Because there's no guilt in sleeping. Whereas some people who are really nice and innocent, when they sleep kind of fugly. And that's because they're torn and they feel guilty about sleeping so deeply or sleeping so much. So that's why they end up not sleeping like a kid. Pin. My first time. Let's talk about a first time. Because when you're whispering to yourself, the time of month and brain chemical, it matters. So when we're talking to ourselves, aka whispering to ourselves, aka vagina whispering, it's incredibly useful to take journaled notes, because now we can see, hey, I felt a little bit more risk averse during this time in my cycle. Oh, when I was proliferative, I felt like I can insert myself into conversations, into social circles, into inserting myself into new group exercise classes during proliferative stage. Me stay single for life. Is that English? It is. We all are single. This is a couple presented funny during stand-up. Let's go. Which is this. When you're in a couple relationship, having the goal where the sum of the parts is greater than the whole. 1, adoration. 2, confession. 3, thankfulness. Being able to go through the ACT steps is like listening to a business consultant that's never started and run a business before. That's me doling out couples advice. These jokes are more funny when you rewatch this video. Like, I'll rewatch this video and I literally laugh when other people make me watch me. Okay, I'm being honest. I would love to have advice on getting better sleep. This is the biggest life hack ever. Where if you want to slow down or reverse aging, where if you want to bullet point in number 5, which is why don't we have a sleep coach? I don't understand if we spend almost 1/3 of our lives sleeping, why can't we do it slightly more efficiently? Which is being able to sleep strategically, which is do you have enough oxygen, nose in, nose out? Do you have enough water? Water in, water out. People that say don't drink water 3 hours before you sleep so that way you don't have to wake up, those people look like complete ass. I can sleepwalk my way to the toilet, drop a gallon and a half of pee, and I won't even remember the fact that I moseyed on up to the toilet. Where attention goes, urine flows. It's supposed to be where attention goes, energy flows. But we're talking about peeing in the middle of the night. I know, right? I love sidebar, right? Yeah, yeah. Where I was dreaming about peeing into a 55-gallon barrel of emptiness now filled with pee. And then I wake up, I check my bed, I say, phew, I didn't pee. Because in dream time, I've been peeing for like 3 weeks. Just unloading the hose into a 55-gallon drum that is almost filled to the brim with pee. And I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, did I pee the bed? Because someday in the future, that bed's gonna be wet and I'm not gonna feel demoralized. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I've dreamt 15,000 nights of peeing endless garden hose, explosive pee, waking up going, oh my God, I have to pee. And then opening the door, then with Braille walking over to the bathroom, and then I have perfect aim, audited beyond audits. I have perfect aim. I have perfect aim like an assassin using night vision into the toilet. Not one drop spewed outside. That's also post-coital where the mechanism isn't the most accurate. Why? Because I unleash the trouser snake right by the water and just unload. It's called pelvic floor exercising. This is the question of, Larry, what would you do if you're a woman for 24 hours? What I would do is the same thing as a man, which is I would work on my pelvic floor, dare I say, Kegel exercises. Why? Because incontinence is something I'm probably going to experience when I'm 140 years old because you're just not able to control the muscle. Are you taking a drug in order to get rock? Are you taking a pill that's blue in order to perform? Or are you going to do rotator cuff exercises? Or are you going to do pelvic floor exercises? Can you hold your pee to wait for the toilet? And then after toilet, can you pound an entire thing of water so that way you truly wake up in 90 minutes of circadian rhythm time? You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. Stop. Hard P. That's the name of my Netflix series is Stop Hard P. because we are going over hard R jokes. Not hard. Hard L. Hard L. Hard L jokes. Stop hard P. Should I write that joke down? Will you guys email me my joke to myself? Larry or Lawrence.chang@gmail. Since we're. Stop! Not telling you guys to stop. I'm just reading Marina Afton's. Stop! Hard P. 3 hard P's. Oh my god. Stop with 3 hard P's. That's the Netflix. That's the Netflix. Put a pin in that. Stop with 3 hard P's. Why is it hard P? Lawrence.chang, Gmail. Stop hard P is hard L, hard R, hard P. In fact, that's funny too from a comedy of triples. I should pay you guys a writing fee or a co-author fee because hard L, hard R, hard P. 3 hard P's. That's what she said. That's what she said. I'll send the stream to my brother. Hard P. 3 hard P's. Hard L, hard P. Back on cue with when we connect pelvic floor to drinking fluids, to let's call it general chakra 7 health. That is us hitting a two-handed backhand. A two-handed backhand with my mosquito killer. Because what we're able to accomplish with hard L, hard P is why is it called pelvic floor? Because it's in the triangle zone of exactly. Pelvic floor to chair is a music video. When we music video the song, our phone's not so smart, it's really just breaking my brain. Being able to sing about pelvic health is a senior citizen center godsend for being able to, 1, do stand-up comedy, 2, be 100% truthful in the jokes that we tell, 3, stop hard P or pineal gland hard P or stop hard P is tough because, like, when I say stop, it better come with a don't. Stop. Don't. Stop it. Don't. Right? Don't stop. Luck Dragon chiming in. Pelvic Chair is the best name for a band I've ever heard. Pelvic floor, hard P. Have I already told this joke already? It feels like I'm getting lost in time with this concept because I'm not sure if I'm the one reading jokes that you guys are saying or laughing at jokes that you're telling with me. Oh, I know why. Because you're helping me co-author jokes with the hard R, hard L, hard P. Because peeing is, yeah, exactly, 100x you said hard P. Because peeing hard is when your pelvic floor is really strong. and that's also the key to health below the belt is hard stop and a hard wall of yeah. I like that you guys as a couple are flirting in the chat. You guys in the chat should connect with each other because it feels like it feels like it feels like it feels like you guys would get along. There's a bunch of you guys in here that we like. I don't know. Here I am talking to you guys like you're my friends. There's seriously so many of you guys. Should we connect over a subscribe so that way I can know who's where? YouTube needs to be able to connect better where I can gear messages towards people better. Oh, speaking of connecting to brains better and sleep strategies and using AI, which is back on script. Good job, people. Being able to use AI to connect to Gemini, to connect to the transcript of this video, to brain, heart, and brain chakra 7 connections. We can play in comedy. That's what it's there for. We can repair our brain and be more mentally healthy. That's what these video series are for. Because once you laugh, your brain actually heals. What is seriously awesome and funny is iterating through a second time of this comedy show while taking a transcript of this comedy while thinking, how does this help me with my career? How does this help me with my resume? Hard R. How does this help me with my life? Hard L. Which is, if you're using AI as a toy or as a co-pilot, because in fact, I will join you in this. Study buddy this video to say, I want to use this video to sleep better. I want to use this video to be more playful with strangers. I want to use this video to blah, blah, blah. That's us getting better. Why? Because the way that people are using AI right now is summarizing, compressing, and skipping work. What if we were to use AI to do super intelligent work so that way we level up? That's what this video is meant to do via 4 instances of the comedy of triples by being additive. And maybe not all of this content was super hilarious. Maybe less than half of it was funny. But what is, I think, most important is that 100% of it was true. If this is the kind of content that is a nice reprieve and a vacation from the dumpster fire that is our world, perhaps subscribe. And if you already have subscribed, I read all of my comments and direct messages and emails. In fact, if you're so aggressive as to need my cell phone number, AI also has my cell phone number. I consent to you texting me. By having a new Chinese friend who's a friend first and Chinese seventh, what I hope to do is to connect with people that study together whatever is an interesting topic that we can expand on. So, in short, expanding on a prior. In summary, being able to say, hey, there's a topic that triggered me to reach out to you. Can you talk about this more in the future? Or I connected it to 4 other videos. Is this a good graph of what I've understood so far? And I used AI to expand on sleep habits, expand on my utilization of hard L, hard R, hard P in pineal gland. It's been really nice hanging out with you. And also, thank you so much because I feel as if I've learned a lot in this video. Thank you for your time. And you're welcome for this video being time flow positive. You're welcome. Say thank you. You're welcome for this being energy flow positive. Because what's the best kind of business? A cash flow positive business. But before that, let's be energy flow positive, and let's also be time flow positive, where we spent almost an hour together. Spend another 60 minutes rewatching this video 1 week later, and you and I will both be able to expand on a prior. And this is my carrot, no stick, just carrot, carrot, more carrot, which is how do you use expand on a prior to get a free vacation to Washington, D.C., Miami, or Northern California, which is not quite the dumpster fire that